And yes, welcome to another marvelous Wednesday in one of the best shows on the internet, Masculine Geek. This is episode number 40, the whatever episode. We were just talking about TJ's potential love interest.
Oh God.
Mm-hmm.
His potential wife.
That's his show. That's his geek intel for this week.
Well, unlike Aaron, it's see here. For example, this will be my geek intel. This is not This is not the Goyle.
It's not the Goyle.
I like having attractive women or photos of attractive women. Unlike Aaron Clary, in my house. So this is an example.
Wait a minute. Hang on. What's an attract? Yeah. I would say that is absolutely.
Yeah, cute girl. She's next to a cool airplane. I figured we need to bring back the pinup girls. It's about high time. High time you boys figure that out. We need them girls there to motivate us.
Indeed. Speaking of that smarmy piece of wiener cheese, I am going to let's see. Link inbound.
Hey, oh, there they are.
Twitter DM.
Talking about bros on the Twitter.
Drew Bay's in the house. What up, Drew? What up, Metal Drummer?
Yeah, we have a surprise coming soon in December. Well, not soon. It's sort of soonish.
Yeah, Vince is pregnant.
On what? Shh, I told you not to say anything until we give out the official invitations. Jesus Christ. Oh, God.
Drew, we're talking shit like usual.
Yes. Let me go to the comments.
God, you're not on the ball tonight, Vince. I'm already addressing the chat. You're still fucking off. And
I was over in the banner section.
Yeah.
Doing stuff like this.
That 4-hour napper and chronic masturbator. Yep.
Yeah.
Speaking of Aaron.
Yes, we do have spoilers. Okay. So Drew is in the house. Drew, maybe not too many people know about this, but he is an expert, an up-and-coming expert dungeon master. And he is going to be leading us in an online game, celebrity D&D game, in December. No, Drew is not gay.
And if you're wondering about that, Drew, that's because that's Periscope talking right there.
Yeah, we have some. They should still see that in the chat, though, I think. Or is that just us? No,
it's us.
Oh, okay. All right.
YouTube guys aren't going to see that. They're not doing the whole inclusion, integration, diversity thing. They're not doing that with the channels, so to speak.
Gotcha.
YouTube and Periscope are still fuck you. We're not talking.
Okay.
We just get to see it because of StreamYard.
Okay, well that's cool. So we can always
we can always lob grenades back and forth between the two.
There you go. So yes, Drew is going to be our dungeon master and lead us in a 2 to 4 hour game. I'm in shadows, just kidding, Drew.
No, he didn't. He said, "Oh, fuck you, Drew."
No, he did not. Stop fomenting discord, Robert. So let me finish the damn story, you fucks. God damn. So. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, all right. So Drew will be leading us in a Dungeons & Dragons game, which will include the three of us, Mr. Aaron Clary, and one more surprise guest. We're not going to mention him yet.
Oh yeah, it'll be.
We are going to grow beards and record from our basements. Yes.
Yes.
And if you don't have a basement, we'll just go underneath our dining room tables.
And wife beaters. Wear wife.
We're going to wear a wife beater
and fedoras
and one of these hats.
Aaron will be right at home.
Yep. Absolutely. Speaking of which, Drew, I'm going to get that email thread going soon too, so we can coordinate. So yes, welcome to episode number 40. This is the whatever episode. Now, Aaron, I know, right? 40. It's unbelievable. Now, this is amazing to me. Aaron made a big.
It is the fat, sweaty girl.
Yes. Aaron made a big deal about coming on the show. And I sent him the link. And what do we have? Bupkis. We have crickets. We have nada.
I can show you the screenshots where he's like, "Yo, man, I suck your dick."
Yeah,
he's not going to.
He must no. He must have mistook you for Michelle Obama.
Oh,
jeez. Oh God.
Clark, that's a gift that keeps on giving.
That's right. And nobody wants the fat, sweaty girl at their D&D table. Or the fat, sweaty guy, to be honest. Nobody wants the fat, sweaty anything.
why do you think this is going to be online? That way we don't smell the fat and sweaty.
Exactly.
We're all
Well,
like
Aaron is not here yet to actually talk about his masturbatory adventures, so we have to wait until the gentleman arrives.
Yeah, it's more effective to talk shit about him when he's actually here than to not have him here to do it.
This is true.
Yeah, it's funner anyway. Let's put it that way. It's funner to talk shit about him when he's here.
That's right. It's fun.
So you can see the look on his face and get him to, you know.
Exactly. Here, let me put that back up. It's always a fun time. So let's get back to what we were talking about right as the show went live.
Oh, back to TJ and his girl.
No.
Oh, absolutely. No, this is big. The people want to know. The people love it.
That's right.
People want to know this information. This is hot stuff right here.
Yes, Metal Drummer, we are going to do holiday episodes.
Oh, we are totally doing holiday episodes.
Well, and not only that,
these two cocksuckers are doing Griswold Christmas.
We are. TJ and I have to come up with criteria for rating. However, I will give you a warning, TJ, and I'll only say this once. I have, and if Rob puts his mind to it, he'll know what I'm talking about. I have a secret weapon. That's all I'm saying.
A secret weapon!
Rob, I'll talk to you exactly what I plan on doing for this. That is probably going to... It's not traditional, but it's going to level TJ.
So,
level
you do realize
TJ.
that means now I'm going to implement the train across the room.
Oh, no. Rob knows what I'm talking about. It's going to derail your train.
What, are you going to have Santa Claus in your house?
TJ, you're going to have to bring your fucking A game and then some.
Your A+
game,
I'm
going to have to go to the Christmas store and find one of those cute young girls who work
Let's put it this way. You're going to have to out Griswold Clark Griswold here. So you better get on it.
He's bluffing.
No, he's not. He's actually not.
No, I'm really not. And it may
he's bringing the big guns.
And it may even be more than one.
Oh shit!
What are you bringing? Like Mrs. Claus's and her mistress?
Whore uniforms everywhere.
Okay, no, we're gonna write that out of the criteria. No women. See, you revealed your hand way too soon into the game, my friend.
That's okay.
Just keep them women out of their criteria, and we're gonna do just fine and dandy.
Oh yeah, I'm still gonna beat you.
What if I have a reindeer?
You could dress. That'd be cool if you dressed Reese up as a reindeer with the thing.
I can get
that
real.
Could be the Grinch then.
Oh, Vince, you do
go.
realize that there is a reindeer farm with real reindeer in my area.
Yeah, but you can't bring a reindeer in your fucking living room.
That's where you're wrong, kiddo. You can't do that.
Well, you could, but I'm going to live. Then that means I can bring something live in as well.
It can't be a woman.
Who says it can?
Exactly. Who says
it can?
Okay, great. Now I'm going to have to go. Well,
you're going to have to go hire a woman.
I'm not. No.
Ask your new girlfriend.
No, just tell her that. I'm going to just tell her that she's going to get tons of attention from high status men on the internet.
But you don't know, you're not going to see this person's face.
What is this? Eyes Wide Shut or something like that?
Maybe.
We're going to have a girl with a
That was kind of
a
Christmas movie.
Yeah, no, it wasn't.
Yeah, actually,
no, it wasn't.
But anyway, in all seriousness,
The Nightmare Before Christmas was more of a Christmas movie than that movie.
That's true. But we're back to
splitting hairs now.
I know, right? Let's back this up. Let's back this up to normalcy here, or somewhat normalcy, before we delve into too much degeneracy and blow TJ's head off his shoulders. So,
yeah.
We'll come up with some voting criteria for this, and then we'll disseminate it on the internet and whatnot, and then we'll pick a day in December close to Christmas where we do this. Maybe even the day of the D&D game. So
nice.
Yeah, it'll be good stuff. I think you'll like it. So what does the winner get?
Ooh,
that is a good question. We still got to figure that out too.
All right.
Joe, what's up, buddy? Chesty, Red Crusader, welcome to the show, guys. We're not ignoring you. We're just
No, yeah, exactly.
amongst
Chest is
ourselves.
so right. No Nakatomi building, no Christmas. Amen, Reverend. That is Lord's there, honest truth. Die Hard is. I don't care what Bruce Willis. First of all, what is wrong with that man when he said that it was not a Christmas movie? I was thinking.
I don't know.
Hey,
It's
did we
definitely-
lose,
That
did we
dude
lose
could-
Periscope? I'm not seeing the chat anymore.
the Periscope is still running.
Okay, because at least on the log thing, it just shows private chats. For me, it doesn't show the other chat.
Oh, that's strange.
Technical issues.
Huh. That's weird. The winner gets the Moby. I don't even know what I'm in shadows. I have to say, I'm not sure what you're talking about. The Moby. What enlighten us, because
Well, yeah,
Do you
you're
remember-
definitely gonna have to enlighten me, as I can't even see what you and him are talking about.
I'm saying, Vince, what is it we both want that can be bought? See, that's or obtained.
alcohol.
Well, I mean, okay, I could get from my area.
Oh shit! Look,
Who's
at
this?
that
Who's this
dragon.
loser?
Who let this cootie-ridden
What?
fool in?
What is with this 4-hour
Um,
napper and chronic masturbator? Wasn't that up there the last time?
All right. I'm not looking up anything on shadows up on Google right now because I'm actually running a show. But if someone else wants to do that, feel free.
What are we doing?
I'm in shadows. Said look it up. I asked a question. He said look it up on Google.
What
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that on my own. I'm not doing that on my own show. So
Let me do it. What do you want me to do? What am I?
go
looking-
look up something about the winner gets the Moby. I'll even be willing to pay for it. I don't even know what that means.
What's a Moby?
I
Well,
doubt
there's
that's.
a
I don't
Moby
know.
file. There's a portable oxygen concentrator.
Maybe that's it. Maybe there you go.
Well, let's see what
I got nothing. Looks like there's nothing.
All right.
All right. Well, there's nothing going on there. So anyway,
Hey,
moving
Aaron,
along.
Aaron,
Moving
does
along.
4-hour naps get you the girls?
No, 6-hour naps do.
Okay.
Which is why you do 4-hour naps, because you don't get them.
Hey, you know what? Because it pisses you guys off so much. You know why I'm late?
Why are you late?
Because-
wait.
you're taking
Hey,
a nap.
hey, honey. Hey, how's it going?
You were talking.
Worse. Your guys' stomachs are going to churn when I tell you why I'm late.
Why?
Because I
You're taking a
decided to
shit?
take a shower with my girlfriend. She's like, we went for a run.
So you
and we're
washed
gonna-
both your hands, is what you're saying?
Yes, I washed both my hands. Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
So you stroke
There you go.
stroke both dicks is what you're saying.
That's right. Yeah. Okay. All right. Get them all out. Get it all out of your system, guys. Get it all out.
Oh shit!
Yeah. So that's why I'm late. Yeah. I have a girlfriend. Yes, it's true. And I
Oh.
So, did you remember to de-inflate your girlfriend?
Right. There's a valve.
Deflate.
Yeah, there's a valve.
Let the air out of her when you're done.
Yeah.
How was your Ingrid Bergman waifu pillow?
I don't know, Aaron. You haven't bought it for me.
I
yet.
know. God, I still just. Oh,
Oh shit!
best
That's
$75
funny.
I would have ever spent.
I know you're such a cheapskate.
And also-
it's just the 25% of you that's being a cheapskate.
Yeah. Now, and to also show you how confident I am in my masculinity, because this is the masculine geek after all. You
That is
guys
true.
ever have these things called shower bombs?
No.
Oh, dude, okay. This is one of
Oh,
those
kinda
things you
gay.
think like this is for girls. No, it's for everybody. It's like they're like these little hemispheres.
But they're balls.
Still about to hear.
No,
Like-
hemispheres.
They're kind of balls. You like
They're
hold
like
them
balls. You
this.
put two of them together, you get a sphere, and one could
Yeah.
say that's like a ball. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So they're made of like baking soda and a citric acid or something like that, but they're infused with like menthol and lavender and peppermint and pine. You get all these different flavors. And when you put it in your shower and the water hits it, it starts to fizz and emit all the smells. So like you're taking the shower and it smells like pine and myrrh or lavender and basil. And I had a shower bomb today. So there. It was
Did
it
you
was
have
menthol.
Did you have a bathhouse party too?
No, I didn't. But I had a menthol. It was very nice and pepperminty. And very, very nice, very soothing, very relaxing. So, and I recommend everybody do it. You guys should try. You try it once, and then you guys will agree with me.
Fantastic.
All right. Well, the reason we have Aaron on the show is because we're trying to meet our diversity quotas. So the LGBTQ quota.
Oh, that's right. Well, I thought you were going to go the Jew angle. I thought that's you're going to
Well,
get our,
that too. See,
get
you
our
know, we
Zionist
got our
quota for
quarter
the
angle
day,
there
yes.
covered too.
right.
Well, that way we can never be accused of being anti-Semitic.
Correct. You can't. No, you're friends.
No.
Friends of Cappy.
Yeah, friends of Cappy.
Hi.
The Friends of Cappy show. Yes.
At least quarter Cappy, quarter friends.
Yeah.
Well,
Bagels for everybody. You like
Where
some
did-
lots of
how do I
balls?
get the shekels?
that's
you guys
easy.
ever
Bring
had-
BT on and get him drunk.
Have you guys ever had matzo ball soup?
Yes.
Yes.
That is horrible.
Okay.
It is just
All right.
horrible. Oh my gosh, my grandma.
You ever
used
had
to-
matzo pizza? That's pretty tasty.
Well, okay, that makes sense because it's
Yeah.
that's just as well for a bread base. But when you throw, it's just soggy, mushy bread, and then people got to matzo ball soup. I'm like, it's in you took Wonder Bread, you mushed it up into a softball sized piece of ball, you threw it in chicken broth. This is not a delicacy. This is not salmon and lox with capers, which is a good
Well,
Jewish
no,
dish,
Aaron,
by the way.
it sets you in the mood to negotiate a business deal. You're in a bad mood.
I could see it. I was never happy eating the matzo ball.
Yeah, and you're like, no, I'm gonna buy this only for 35 cents instead of 30 cents, you know?
Why would I buy it for 35 instead of 30?
No, yeah, okay.
You don't understand this Jewish financial frugality of my tribe, my people. I'll explain how numbers work later. I know you're a journalism major, and the maths may be a little bit difficult, but I'll send you to Clary's Jew School. You can hang out with me and my brethren, and we'll teach you the numbers go up and the numbers go down, and there
All
might
right,
be a dollar
You're
sign.
Shabbos goy.
What is the Israeli currency?
I do not know.
Gold.
I don't think it's shekels.
Shekels.
The new shekel. It is. It's a shekel. The new shekel. I'm gonna start.
The
How about-
SKS.
How about this? I start a band called Aaron Clary and his new shekels. Huh?
Aaron
Great.
Clary. No, Aaron Clary and the Cheapskates.
Hey.
There you go. That works.
With their number one hit, Blood Shekels.
Blood shekels, right.
Oh my god. That's definitely
Heavy metal Hasidic Jew band. I would so show up for that. I'd pay money.
Usury, how I love thee.
Jeez. Do you have to wear yarmulkes
Yes.
Yeah, well, you
Yeah.
still-
Only a
I-
quarter
and
yarmulke.
the
Okay.
prayer shawl?
Hear me out. Aaron Clary and the New Shekels were a heavy metal Hasidic Jew band, all right? And we do death rock like Gwar. You guys ever heard of Gwar?
Yes, I know who
Yeah.
Gwar is.
Yeah, like not with the fanciful, costumes or anything, but we'd come out and just open up and then throw everybody off.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, but with the heavy metal. Yes, have Rebel Bodie come in and do that.
If I were a rich man. Oh, Jesus. Exactly. So, Aaron, what are you wearing on your head there?
I got
His
a hat
yarmulke.
that back when I thought I was Irish, and my aunt did too. She got
Oh,
me
okay.
this hat because she went to Ireland.
I can't see the logo. There's a
Oh,
gold
Aaron,
shamrock.
Aaron,
Oh,
Aaron,
no.
I'm actually Irish, so you can send me that cap.
Okay.
In fact, one second. Let me do my
Nice.
geek and tell. 1 second.
All right. Let's geek and tell it up.
So the
That would be
hat is
kinda-
technically no longer applicable. I'm not Irish. I'm Scandinavian. Although I did find out, tuning into some medieval history podcast, Dublin was founded by the Vikings. Apparently, the Vikings just ran all over Tarnation and founded different cities, and then they left. So
They
maybe
spread their seed and took off.
they spread their seed. So technically, maybe with the name Clary, great great grandfather Clary probably did come from
The
Ireland.
library is right here, Bulrush, right here.
But it before that the seed came from Scandinavia.
Are you
they
done?
I'm
did,
just
Drew.
showing up.
Yes,
Did
they
you guys have a show going on? Was there a topic?
Yeah.
No, no. Of course we had a show. And you know what the funniest thing is? Every time we do this,
Yeah.
you ask me what time it is. Every time.
I know.
Do
It's
you
like
do
he
that
has
on
no
purpose,
memory.
or do you really fucking forget?
No, I don't do it on purpose because
No.
look how angry you are. Why would I ever do that?
All right,
Look
all
at how
right,
angry
you
you
son of
are.
a bitch.
This is great.
So
You dick.
fake Irish can stop talking because this is the real Irish talking. This is the
Oh, cool.
maternal side of my Irish ancestors, and that right there, if I got the camera right, is me grandfather,
Oh, that's cool.
Fitzgerald?
Francis Farrington Fitzgerald. Now, imagine that is only matched by Versal Myron, which was my great grandfather on my dad's side.
What an
by
unfortunate last name.
He went by Bill, and so he was at his first job as a cowboy at some ranch or whatever, and the boss comes in and he's screaming for Versal, and of course the guy's gone by Bill his whole life. So he finally sees him, and my great grandfather was not that tall; he was like 5'5". He the boss grabs him by the shoulder, spins him around, and pokes him in the face or in the chest, and says, "I'm talking to you." Like punches him in the face, knocks him out, and gets fired.
That's not Irish at all.
No, that's not Irish. It's just saying he had balls that people don't have now, where they say, we're going to replace you with people from India. So spend the next 2 weeks training them to take over your job.
Hey, they do it.
I know, because
That's
they're not
what
my
I can't.
my great grandfather had balls. He was like, yeah, I'm gonna shoot you if you tell me to do that, or I'll beat the crap out of you.
Yeah.
You know?
DJ, is this true?
No, this is dead serious. That was his first job as a cowboy. His first day on the job, the boss came in, grabbed him, spun him around, poked him on the chest, and screamed at him, and he punched him in the face and knocked him on the ground, and then walked out because he knew he was going to get fired.
Wow,
Awesome.
That's pretty cool. I like it.
He lived a hard life. He was. I'm trying to use the appropriate word. His family sent him away at 9 years old to go work on someone else's farm because they couldn't feed him.
Really?
Yeah, they didn't have enough money. They couldn't take care of him, so they sent him away at 9 to go work on someone's farm. And so he just had a rough childhood. Like, yeah, it's true. That's kind of why he was just the way he was. But it was back in the days when white privilege was really prevalent,
Oh yeah.
God.
Jeez.
Yeah, so he just he lived a hard life, but he just nothing fazed him.
Well, that's good.
I got a geek and tell.
Oh shit, go ahead.
Yeah. So my grandpa on my mother's side, the Oive side, he was at Iwo Jima, and he was with, what was it, the 5th Marines or something like that. And he was a combat medic. And he was on the first wave to hit the beaches, and it sucked. But when we were going through his stuff, we found this thing called Hypotype. I'll put it up there. And this was the newsletter they put together. And you could see August 24th, 1943.
Nice. Wow.
88th Medical Regiment. So it's Hypotype. And they just printed that off. And, there's a bunch of names I could look in here. There's a lost and found dude that I think he's pretty cool looking.
Oh, yeah.
It says, found ever sharp fountain pen made by Atham. Owner may have same by identifying at regimental supply office. So yeah, there's articles in here and all that.
The original Atham.
Yeah. Like T4, T8, private first class. What's a T8? Technical sergeant?
I don't know.
Corporal Chester Walls. Private Pew Boy. Captain Kentucky Man, right?
Captain Kentucky Man.
So we found this. I thought it was really cool, and I think I even wrote about it, trying to find any old World War II vets that were on Iwo Jima that might have actually remembered Hypotype, but there's so few, and I didn't have any fish bite.
Mm.
That's it. So that's my geeky.
Oh, that's pretty cool. That's a first, actually, I think, right? No. You showed off. You showed off your Star Wars arcade console cabinet. Yeah.
I got other stuff, but it's all packed away. I got like the original map from Chrono Trigger. That's pretty geeky.
What's Chrono Trigger?
Chrono Trigger was a game for Super Nintendo, and it was very popular, but only the game now goes for like $300 if you have all the maps and everything. So it's become a collector's item, and more TJ's generation would probably remember it because it was in the 90s.
Gotcha.
But it was one of the few games I played back in college because I had a little bit of time during like a Christmas break or something.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Very cool. Yeah, but yeah, I think you showed off some fossils before too.
Oh yeah, I got fossils.
Yep. When did you start doing that, actually? I wanted to ask you that before and I forgot.
I did that. I've always liked the fossils, but I got into it probably about the age of 30, 31, because that was the time where enough bad shit was happening where I'm like, no matter what I do, bad shit's going to happen. So fuck it. I might as well go out west. So I went out west and just started exploring and spent.
Did you find yourself?
I found myself.
Found yourself in the desert?
No, it didn't involve a Mediterranean man who fucked me and took all my retirement money.
You shit on your chest?
And shat on my chest for
the
a
old
lot
Cleveland
of shekels.
steamer?
Yeah. No, and when you get out to South Dakota, I always found fossils really neat, and rock hounding, and I always wanted to find some gold, so I went gold panning. But all that is geologically related to one another. And South Dakota has some amazing geological stuff going on there. So there's certainly the fossils, but there's agates, there's gold, there's silver. It's beautiful. You don't even have to go rock hounding. You just go to the Badlands and look at the amazing geography they have out there. And so that's how I got into it. And, I remember finding my first real fossil, and I was so excited. But what's funny with fossils is it's very much like any other kind of oil or silver, gold, or commodity is if you find one, you're on a vein. And that so I'm like saving all these fossils. It turns out it's just a ton of fossils. So the first fossil I found is kind of like this real crap fossil. And then, you find out there's acres of this shit, and you're like, it's not really.
You still have it? Did you save it?
Yeah. I got my first fossils, my first agates, which
nice.
You can find for a fraction of the cost, a drastically superior fossil, a drastically superior agate than the ones I've found. But they're the first ones I've found, and so they mean a lot to me, and I'll never sell them.
Nice.
And so I have them. But yeah, you could go to what ended up happening, it's kind of interesting. Both here in Minnesota, there's Superior agates on Lake Superior, and there's Fairburn agates out in South Dakota, and then Scotland, I think, is also have a significant agate bed. And what's happened over the past century, roughly, is all the old timers and men they went out and they've scored all the big agates and rocks and precious and semi-precious stones. So much to the point that if you want to find a decent size agate, you have to go scuba diving in Lake Superior if you want to find a superior agate. So now what it's become is more of a battle of economics and estate planning, where Herbert or Versal, what was the name of your great-grandfather there, TJ?
Versal, his first name was Versal and his middle name was Myron.
Okay, so Versal Myron is out there. He's collecting all these agates, and so's Herman and Marty and all these other guys are on the verge of death. They got a great collection. They die, and then their family has an estate sale, and then all the other old-timer rock collectors go and buy them out. So and since there is no interest, because I've seen it with kids and people my age, there's no interest, Gen X or younger, even maybe baby boomers, in buying these rocks or these agates or these semi-precious stones. So the best way is to actually go to these places, an estate sale or something like that, and buy yourself a really nice fossil collection, a really nice agate, because it's a fraction of the cost it's going to take you to go and find a marginal or low quality one, because the beds are just so picked over. So it's kind of, but it's still very nice. It's still the agate beds out in Nebraska. Even if you don't find something, it's like fishing. It's very serene and quiet. I'll find you a link. I'll show you an image, and you can kind of see what I'm talking about.
So basically, the guys that, if they really want to get into this, they need to become, funeral buzzards, or they need to become, funeral vultures, is what you're saying.
Yeah, pretty much. It's because that's where the real collector stuff is. Here's an image. of kind of. I'll put it in the chat room.
Well, you can share it if you want, and then I'll add it to the.
Yeah, here. I'll
Just
put it
share
in
your
there.
screen.
Can I just put it in the private chat?
Put it in the private chat, and then I'll
There you go.
put it and throw it out. All right.
Yeah. So that's the. Oh darn it! I'm sorry.
Did it the wrong one?
No, I gotta go to view image. The internet's being painful.
Let me just make you a moderator. Hang on. Say something in the chat, Aaron.
In
So
the
I
chat?
You go into
Type
the
it in
chat,
the-
type in the
yeah,
chat so I
yeah.
can actually have access to your account and add you as a
Howdy.
moderator.
Or live comments? You mean live?
The live
No.
chat. Yeah, go in the live chat,
Live.
not the private chat, the live chat.
It's not letting me do it. Don't worry, hang on. I'll just send you something in private
No,
chat.
just type gibberish. Type whatever you want in the chat. So
I don't have a comment box to do so.
He doesn't have the window open, Vince.
Oh, all right.
That's perfectly all right.
Jesus.
If you want, everybody just do an image. Here's another one.
Well,
I can probably-
it is there. Not that. Oh, that's funny. Howdy. He puts it in the private chat. That doesn't help
Fucking
me, Aaron.
boomer.
Here we go.
Damn.
All right, hang on. Here's an image. If you want to share that on the public chat, that'll show you what it's like out there. And there's no one out there. I just throw on my headphones. I tune in to the Masculine Geek podcast all the time. It's one of the favorite things.
Oh,
for me to
okay.
do.
Yeah, now I know you're lying.
And then you just walk and you look and you get the wind blowing. You gotta be careful because tornadoes and big storms come through there a fair amount of times.
Well, you were doing that for a while too, weren't you? Doing some
Tornado
some
chasing?
chasing, yeah.
Yes, and I failed miserably.
Couldn't find a tornado or what?
Dude, they're afraid of me. That's what it boils down to.
They're
That's why
afraid
they're
of me.
afraid of me.
Well, look at you
I've been
with that hat.
I've been close. I can even find you another picture of in the same area near Ardmore, South Dakota.
Mm-hmm.
There was a tornado, and it was at about 7 or 8 p.m. So the sun was setting to the west, and it was lighting, and the chasers were on the west side. So you got a tornado lit up by the sun from the west as they're facing east with a dark
cool
backdrop, and it's just one of the most beautiful pictures. And I missed that one by about an hour.
Oh shit, that sucks.
And I got these guys, I think they removed it from the internet, but it's one of the prettiest pictures of a tornado. And that's in the same area. So if Atham looks it up, you search Ardmore, South Dakota, you're in the far southwest corner of South Dakota. And just south of that are the agate beds. And then there's some fossil beds down there too. Hang on, let me take a look at this.
Cool. So you've been doing this for quite some time.
Yeah. But the tornado thing I failed at. There we go. Let me see if I can find this one. Yeah, take a look at this thing. This is beautiful. You want to put this on the public chat. That one I missed by about an hour. I was in Wyoming and heading that direction. Yeah, so that and gold. I've been trying to find gold, panning for gold. I'm not a Democrat. I don't panhandle.
Panhandling
We'll
on a
work
street.
for gold.
Sorry,
We'll work for gold.
Having a slip of the tongue.
Like, we'll work for gold. Huh?
Go with my young friend.
Got some matzo ball soup? No, okay.
Everywhere
Yeah,
rich man.
That's the other thing I failed at. So I've never seen a tornado. I haven't found gold, but I've got a lead on a creek somewhere in South Dakota that will have some trace, little things of a gold. And you'll never make a lot of money panning. It's not really worth it. It's again, just kind
You're
of
probably better off panhandling, basically, if you want to make
True.
money.
It's still an interesting story. Hey, I would pan for gold. You know?
Yeah. No, it's great.
I
You get out.
Panhandled for money.
Yeah. When you get out, there's no one there. There's a potential payoff.
Oh, but with panhandling, you got to have people there, and then
I know
there
your
is a
pins
payoff.
over there,
Right.
Robert.
At least I'm not blowing guys behind the dumpster like Robert does. But whatever.
That would
Whatever.
make a buck. Yo, man, I suck your dick.
Rob wants to be up close and personal with people. I'm okay just being out in the prairie by myself. Whatever.
Oh,
Chasing
He's okay at home with
not
his waifu
chasing
pillow. Whatever.
tornadoes,
geez.
not
I love this.
collecting
Really
agates.
devolved. This really devolved pretty quickly, didn't it? Always does. Always does. Fantastic. Fantastic.
Anyway, when my house is built out in South Dakota, you guys could come and visit.
We will.
and
Now,
not see
what's
tornadoes.
you don't have to go into detail, but what's the progress on that?
We finally got a builder, but everything was put on hold because of my potential health issues, and they're still technically put on hold until we get the health issues because
And then you did the reverse European method and really fucked up.
with the stick stirring vortex
Exactly.
method, right? Anyway, there's still a feeling like down below, but it's not the liver. It's not
Feeling
the
down below, huh?
down on the right side. So I don't know if it's the gallbladder or the upper intestines or what. There's something there. It could be this thing called convergence disorder, or
What's that?
I
Sounds
think
like something from like the
TJ,
Twilight
do you know
Zone.
what it is? Huh?
Convergence disorder.
Or conversion,
Of course. Mm-hmm.
whatever. It's basically if you go through a lot of stress. There's
Well,
nothing wrong with
you don't go through that at all.
None.
No.
No, you're fine.
If I had put out a video saying Michelle Obama was hot, I'd be under a lot of stress too.
Anyway, if you have enough
my God.
stress psychologically, it can result in symptoms that are physical, even though there's nothing there. And it's not like hypochondria where you think, oh my God, I have to be sick. There's something I feel there. But then like yesterday it was fine. Today it was like, but we'll find out the ultrasound. And if there's nothing there, there's, then
it's
the
all
green
in your
light.
head. You're just fucking mental.
Then I'm just mental, right?
Mental, yeah.
Hey, you can't go through that long and not come out unscathed. It's not
Well,
like-
and speaking of stress, didn't the Village by the Sea kind of like de-stress you a little bit?
completely. I
Okay,
mean,
good.
I know you guys were giving me guff about sleeping in and all that,
No,
but
no.
I absolutely, because I was going, 3 weeks where it's like, you might have cancer. Well, that stresses you out just a little bit. And so,
Well, I would imagine.
and so it's
yeah.
nice just to hang out with you guys.
Aaron,
And
when you get your first chemotherapy bill in the mail, all the rest are just irrelevant.
if I get a chemotherapy, if there's actually cancer, there's going to be a fundraiser because
Well, no, I'm just saying when you get your first bill,
Fundraiser.
medical bill in the mail that has the words chemotherapy
I'll
in
give you
it,
$5.
you just stop caring after that.
That's true. Anyway, because I'd like to not be Moses and die before I get to the land of Canaan, I'd like to actually have my house. I'd like to live in South Dakota and not die in this fucking socialist state of Minnesota.
Well, you better tell that builder to expedite then.
Well, yes. Tickety tock, tickety
Aaron,
tock.
just don't hit the rock with your staff in anger,
I won't.
right?
I
Just
won't
remember
smash
that.
the original.
Yeah,
10
don't be
Commandments.
smashing stone tablets when you're coming down the hill, will you?
Yeah.
I will enjoy my matzo ball soup.
The 13 Clary commandments.
No. So yes, that did help out relaxing. And then
Good.
the house, I found a builder, but I'm
Okay.
going to wait until November 12th, which is a good sign because the doc, when I went in, they said, we can't find anything. The only thing we can think of is an ultrasound. So, and they said, schedule it whenever, and we'll get back to you in a month. I'm like, okay, you guys obviously are not worried. So I'm like, okay, I'm not worried. So that is good
Well,
news.
they're not
So-
worried because they're not the one dying of cancer.
That's right. They don't
Oh,
have
yeah.
stage 4 cancer or
Right.
internal
Jesus.
identical twin trying to get out or whatever other.
Oh, that's all
DT.
that's all we need.
DT said that. He's like, maybe it's an internal twin trying to get out and it's waking up because he loves horror. And it's like,
Oh, yeah.
Jesus Christ, DT.
Like
Start pulling
that
some teeth out
that
of your
thing in Running
intestines.
Man, that little face on the stomach of that one dude.
Yeah.
Wasn't that?
That was Running Man, wasn't it?
No, that
No,
was.
that
the
was
one in-
total
That's-
retard.
Oh,
Total
that's right.
Recall.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Total retard. There you go.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the house will be built probably by next year.
Okay.
So I'll give them the green light. They actually, the designers, they're
Mhm.
actually designing a house that looks like what I sent them.
Well, they're supposed to do that.
They're supposed to, but the original builders didn't because builders are fucking morons. If you ever build your own house, one, don't do it, and two, you gotta test them. You gotta test them and say, once they get the first draft to you, if it looks nothing like the house you wanted, you're dealing with a retard, and you should go find someone else. These guys are more professional and have the shit together.
That's who it
That's
is.
right.
It's Quado.
Quado. That's right.
Clary's got Quado in him.
Quado. I got Quado in her.
That's really where all the answers to asshole consulting come from. You're just fucking dumb as a box of rocks. This little thing down here that actually feeds you the answer.
It's like Thunderdome.
Yeah.
The big
Master Blaster.
Master Blaster, yes.
Yeah.
I'm just this big old fucking moron.
I'm gonna say
You're like a puppet. You're the puppet.
Yeah, I'm the puppet. Yeah.
no,
All this brilliant economic work, not me.
Nothing. It's that little thing in your
Quado
side.
inside
Trying to,
I'm gonna
you know
say
what?
your
Fuck this. I'm done. I want out.
Are you
Here's your
old,
Halloween
are you old men done? Jeez.
Oh my!
Okay.
Look,
Hey.
Wow,
The
okay.
boy is going to speak. Listen to the boy.
Briefly.
What is it, son?
I did not like any of the Mad Max movies other than the last one.
What does it have
That's
to do with
very
anything?
nice, TJ. That's very nice contribute. No, I'm sorry. Go on. Why didn't you
Yeah.
like the? Because I like them. I'm quite curious why you didn't like them.
I didn't like I just watched the original Mad Max, and it's a really random movie with just weird, like 70. It kind of reminded me of like the weird stuff in the 70s. I watched Road Warrior, and there's just way too much gay stuff in it.
What?
I'm not joking.
Triggering you, TJ? Were
there's
you having problems?
There's too many guys in leather chaps,
Hang on. I got.
I rest
And-
my case.
and whereas I haven't seen the third one, but the fourth one that was with Tom Hardy actually had some form of masculinity in it. And what's so funny about that one is you wrote an article about not going to see it, but the second part is when I watched it, I was thinking it was supposed to be a feminist movie, but if you watch it, it actually has a lot of pro-masculine stuff because you end up identifying with the men who are on the bad guy's side. Kind of like what Rob says, be the villain.
Right.
Like I'm watching, I'm thinking, I actually think the villain's gang is cool because if you look at it, and it's really weird. It's almost as if Jack Donovan made this film in a lot of ways because the way of men is the way of the gang, as he wrote in his. Oh. Yeah, I kind of, but no. The fact that these men will they will easily and willingly die for another man, but they also their only really concern in life is dying a glorious death, and like the whole witness me thing where they die some glorious death, and then other men honor them after they've died and all that kind of stuff. I thought that it didn't portray it in a very negative light. I didn't think. I don't think that was the part of the filmmakers. I'm not crediting them with that. I'm saying that they tried to make the villain's team seem masculine as if a way to denigrate it, but in fact, they actually made them seem very positive. I was watching it thinking, wow, these guys are kind of cool. Like you admire these men, even though they're on the bad guy's side. But there's no gay leather, their butts are hanging out and they're half naked, It doesn't look like you walked into a gay bar or something.
And that was Fury Road, you're saying?
Yeah, Fury Road.
Still have yet to see it. I heard people liked it.
It's funny. Jack Donovan wrote a review of it. I don't know if it's still out there, but he said it's supposed to be a feminist film, but if you watch it, it's actually anti-feminist because of the way that Charlize Theron is supposed to be this badass girl, this roundhouse cop chicking Ellie McBeal type.
Good night, Drew.
Good night, Drew. And if you actually look at the movie, what it's saying is that she still needs a man. This was Jack's words, not mine. She needed a man to punch her in the face and prevent her from doing something stupid because she was going to ultimately drive off into the desert and die. She didn't know that because she was stupid, but he ended up stopping her from doing that. But he was also pointing out that in a patriarchy, the women are feminine and soft. In a, when they're masculine, they're ugly. They're like Charlize Theron, where she's older, but she's also got the shaved head, and she's just not pleasant to be around. So I can watch that movie. I would not feel comfortable watching Road Warrior again.
I looked up the villains, and you are kind of right. There was a little bit of ass chappy, leathery men.
Just walk away, and I spare your lives from the horror.
Thank you. I feel vindicated.
Hey, what you
Salud.
drinking there, Vince?
Well, let's talk about that.
That's a good question.
Talk about that, Rob.
You're both right.
Hang on. I don't normally drink beer, but I don't want it to go to waste. I was going to give it to a homeless person, but fuck them.
How's
So-
the corn syrup?
Yeah, basically. The village by the sea. It was either late on Thursday. Rob buys a 24 or 48 pack of this,
24.
and we're like, "Are you gonna?" He's like, "Yeah, I'll finish all. Sure, yeah." So no, he couldn't take it on the plane, so it came home with me. So it's been in my refrigerator, and I've been staring at it. That it makes a dandy paperweight, but you know what? It's actually never had it before. It's not that bad. So rather than let it go to waste.
Usually have those on like a hot summer day. I mean,
Yeah, but
more
it's
for
not
hydration than anything else.
Or,
yeah, it's
on a cold Minnesota night, either way.
exactly.
That's where Rumpies comes in. That's where.
Oh, okay. Or the rum, as it,
Or the rum.
or the
The
rum.
Kraken.
The Kraken. You stole the Kraken. Not unleash it. Stole it.
Unleash the Crary.
Yeah, look out. He's going straight back to bed for another 4-hour nap.
Like, well, let me clarify something for all the people out here in Chatland. I will never drink once this is done. I will never drink this again. Okay. I
Famous
don't want this
last
to go to
words.
waste. And
Famous last words.
That's
I'm on-
the
I'm on-
rationalization is strong in this one.
Yeah.
I'm on not this one, but after the batch is gone, the 40 that Rob left here,
40.
Famous
What is your
last
whole
words.
fridge just filled with it or something?
it was.
I seriously left about like 18 of them there.
He did.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. We
Maybe
brought a
give
whole.
one to Mowgli.
Yeah, right. Drunken pussy.
Ah.
I was like, meow, meow. There you go, James. Exactly. It was warm yesterday, so the fucking counts. The tip counts.
Was it warm out there on the East Coast?
It was unusually warm yesterday here.
Yeah.
Now it's getting a little cooler.
So it's funny. DT moves to Rapid City. They've had record rain, tornadoes, snow, and cold.
Wow.
So is this the opener to a fundraiser for DT now?
No, what? There's no fundraiser. He's doing fine.
He's doing good? Wow.
Yeah, but it's just funny. Look, I like it when my friends are in pain. That's what can I say? It's great.
Oh.
He moves out there. It's kind of funny because it's happening to them and not me, so I can laugh at
Hey,
it.
RR, what's up? Good to see you in the chat.
But he,
Thank you for joining us.
yeah, they've had like a snowstorm already. I think they got a foot of snow. I mean,
A
it
foot
melted
of
the next
snow?
day.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, oh yeah. But
Wow.
it's
No,
like
where is it? Where is this?
Rapid City. It's the
Rapid
far west side of South Dakota,
Oh, okay. You know,
Yeah.
that's eventually that's where you're going.
and that's eventually where I'm going. Yes.
Okay.
My property's in that area.
And you got some good land, and you're gonna.
I got great land.
You're gonna till and hoe the back 40.
I am going to put a vineyard in my property because you have to do some kind of landscaping. And I'm like looking at it, I'm like, what am I going to do with this? And I know vineyards and South Dakota climate is actually pretty good for grapes. So I'm going to go and
Okay.
put
So
and
you're gonna,
then it'll increase property value because it's a very
Nice.
pretentious neighborhood.
nice. Okay, that'll be good. You can have your own grapes. You have your own clary wine.
Yeah.
What would you call it?
Well, I
Have you
don't
thought
know.
about that.
Go fuck yourself wine. I don't know. It's just,
So fuck yourself.
I guess I didn't know, but I guess I could, based on my property size, I could actually produce like 20 or 30 bottles of wine. I thought you need thousands and thousands of grapes. Apparently, you don't need that
No.
much grapes to make a bottle of wine. So I have a significant one, so I can make a batch.
Okay.
I don't know. I guess we'd call it. See, that's the thing. You get to these wineries out in Door County or the nice areas, and it's always some Tilly Magoo naming it something fancy, and I don't know. I'll figure out. So we'd have vintages or years. We'll call it the TJ Martinell year.
There you go. That was
the
it's a good.
Vince
It's
year.
a good. There, you can, I'll take it. Sure.
Rurb
Hey,
2020.
Victory.
You know,
Rurb 2020.
5'9". There, that's what it is. 5'9".
5'9"
beer.
There you go.
5'9" beer. Tastes like crap, but it feels good afterwards.
Asshole noir.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh,
Asshole
asshole
noir.
noir. Yeah.
Asshole noir.
Yeah,
I
that'd
like
be a good
it.
idea. Yeah, yeah. No, I have a feeling you ever have buddies who've like made their own beer or their own wine?
Mhm.
Tastes like shit.
I made mead before, and it started out okay, and then kept adding some more ingredients, and it turned out like shit. Yeah, so yes.
Yeah. No, I have a feeling I'm gonna have to like. It'll give me a project to work on, not only to tend the vineyard.
Tend the vineyard. You have like an apron and shit.
Yeah, no.
Oy vey.
Like I have 500 acres or something. Like little people know it's like 20 yards by 20 yards. But no, I plus I have bragging rights. I have a vineyard.
There you go.
World's shittiest vineyard.
You can invite us out, and we'll help. We'll go out and fondle your grapes.
You can follow my grapes. Yes.
There you go.
No, but it'll give me something to do.
Yeah.
Because you have the skill. But I also wanted to do Scotch.
Scotch, okay.
I wanted to have like a still. I don't know if that's legal.
Bathtub still?
No, I do it legally. I don't want to run afoul of the law. But if I could get like a hobby still or something like that, I know exactly what I'm going to call my Scotch. But I haven't told many people because it's actually it's an ingenious marketing plan.
Don't tell anyone. Just go out and buy the domain name.
Just I don't know if the domain name would help.
No,
I could buy the domain.
Just to have it.
Just to have it, yeah.
Just to have it, because if you do wind up using that name, it'd be kind of cool to have its own,
applevineyard.com.
Yeah. Well, the thing I was thinking about doing is I'd like make batches every year, and since Scotch ages, I'd have it age. And so by the time I was, 65 or 70 or about to die or retire.
That's what next year?
It might be. And then you'd feel really bad if it was. But
no, I wouldn't at all. No. I would for about 10 minutes.
For 10 minutes.
For 10 minutes.
My funeral would be all you guys making jokes at my expense. And you'd be like, this is a great time. Claire should die more often. This is fun. This is a riot.
That's a fun that Oregon's wait.
And then we'd be like, oh, wait, he actually does have a girlfriend. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't some kind of like
some other dude by that point.
Some other dude.
Woo! You can't make Scotch happy. Oh, yeah. No,
anyway,
you can't make Scotch because
the Scotch would be old enough. I could sell it and it would have value. It would supplement my retirement income.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah.
And if I'm famous, I could sell it to my listeners and my audience. Say, hey, get Clary Scotch.
You could.
It's kosher, so I guess.
I guess it's better than gamer bathwater. Yeah. Why'd
you even bother putting your arm up, TJ? We heard that all the way.
That's true.
It sounded like a semi-truck downshifting.
No engine braking there, TJ. No engine braking.
Yeah.
So was there a topic today? I mean, usually there's.
Usually
there is.
It's about how you're going through conversion therapy.
God. Conversion therapy.
Hang on, I'll look it up.
Aaron, look that up.
Conversion.
Aaron, Conk sent you an email. He says read it or don't, but seriously, do.
Okay, yeah, here it is. Conversion disorder. Mental condition in which a person has no real good friends and it drives them nuts because they're a bunch of bastards on the internet. No,
that's
mental condition.
Sounds like Aaron.
In which a person has blindness, paralysis, or other neurological symptoms that cannot be explained by medical evaluation. So
no, it's talking about how you're gay. You need to be converted. You need to pray the gay away.
No shit, TJ. Joe. There's the topic. It's ball busting 101.
This is our. This is just tomfoolery.
TJ, when do your balls drop so we can start busting them? When do they make it past that,
Aaron,
that
knowing you,
bone or whatever it's called?
The pubic mount.
Yeah. Wait, the pubic mount?
I don't know. I just said that. I don't know
pubic mount. That's great.
I don't know. Mount pubis.
So opening up for Aaron and his and the new shekels would be TJ's and his pubic mounts. That'd be
Aaron
and the pubic mounts. There you go.
Queer baits.
Queer baits.
Ladies and gentlemen, TJ and his pubic mounts.
Ladies and gentlemen, Aaron and the queer baits.
Oh, here we go. It's like it's like this is pretty much. This is like the drive over to the Masculine Geek meetup on Friday.
No, TJ was sleeping when you picked me up. That was
sleeping.
No.
So, one other thing I do have that's kind of cool for Geek and Tell is when you go out to the Badlands. The Badlands before it was a national park used to be a bombing range.
Really?
And yeah,
Cool.
for the U.S. Air Corps, not the U.S. Air Force. And it used to be not uncommon, though it's very rare now, but some of the Badlands National Park is on the Indian reservation, and people will go hiking, and the Indians will find unexploded
Peewing pass. Oh God.
Oh God, this is great. So
Hey, no
they'll
problem,
find.
RR. We got to keep the show somewhat enlightened and upscale.
We like, here's we like to intersperse some intellectualism and some cool shit in with this
Degeneracy.
this plebeian
Fart show?
13th great dick and fart joke episodes.
I mean, once we get rid of Aaron, we can add some class back into it, but not along with this yokel.
Local yokel.
So they'll find bombs that are unexploded in Badlands National Park or the surrounding area. And other things you can find are the 30 caliber and 50 caliber machine gun shells that drop. So if you find 2, you know the way the strafing pattern went, you can usually find 3 or 4 more. So I have some of those old shells.
What, unexploded shells?
No. They've been expended. No, machine gun shells. So
all right. Gotcha.
Plane is strafing and the shells are being ejected.
Gotcha.
And then
what was that hand motion?
What do you say?
What was that hand motion you were making?
Ejecting?
This is the episode. Look, you started this. This is the episode we've devolved to.
I don't. You're the leader. You should keep us on topic and on target. What were we going to talk about?
There is no target.
Oh, there's no topic.
There's no topic today. It's just whatever. So you're doing fine.
I'm good at that. I'm pretty good at talking.
He's going to paint his face.
Just for the record, everyone, no one needs to worry about. Well, God, what do I have to say? How do you put this?
You're going to be fine.
Well, I'm going to be fine. I don't know about you guys, but it ain't going to be because I go Joker style.
No.
Nah. I'm just going to point out that Aaron's a sissy, see?
Oh,
You know a joke, see?
that's right.
My feelings are hurt there.
You gotta
Now
call
you're
it
gone
off
and done
every
it.
5
You're gone and
minutes,
done it.
Oh,
Yeah.
look what you did, see? Oh,
He talks to his girlfriend more than he drinks rum, see?
is that
freaking
possible?
lot, see?
And you guys see the Joker movie or no?
Yes, I saw it last night.
I will be going to see
Was it worthwhile to see, Rob, or what?
It didn't have the propaganda that I was anticipating and expecting. So on that end, it was good. I would say 2/3 of the show was slow. That I was kind of like, get on with it. Why don't you?
Right, get on with it.
Pretty much. The final third, though, was, in my opinion, was very good. But would I go to the theater to see it again? Probably not. But it's an interesting take on.
Is it worth going to the theater to see it?
It was for me.
Okay.
But
It was that or jerking off at home that night. So he flipped
well,
the
you
phone.
know, I was trying to look at
Get out of
pictures
the
of you
house.
on the internet, and I just couldn't find any good ones. You must have hit them all. So, but it wasn't bad. I mean, it's a good origin story, from this director's point of view. It's a good origin story of how the Joker came to be. You definitely get a little more, I guess, insight into who the Joker is based on, their perspective versus the actual comics.
From what I've heard, there's like a little tie-in with Batman's history and Joker's. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct. Thomas Wayne, his father's in it, when Bruce Wayne himself as a young child is in it.
Mm-hmm.
And there is a bunch of scenes that involve the Joker and Bruce and Thomas. I don't want to spoil it for those who want to see it, so I'm not going to say any more about that. Joaquin Phoenix did a really good job of playing the Joker. He definitely got the body type right to do it. He had to thin down to play this particular role. So that's authentic, I guess you could say. Robert De Niro, believe it or not, is in the movie.
Really?
Yep. He's main character, but he kind of is in a way. but he's in the show.
Is he recurring or does he just have a cameo appearance?
No, he's recurring.
Interesting.
He's on and off throughout the movie. So Robert De Niro's in the movie. Trying to think what else. The way it was shot, if there had to be a timeline in Gotham, I want to say it was late 70s, maybe early 80s, but I'm thinking more mid to late 70s is the time frame. They do cover some things that are kind of, I guess, current social events as far as mental illness, bullying, tension, that kind of stuff. It is brought up, but it's not brought up in the way we kind of think it is in that kind of negative, shove it down your throat context that we've seen a lot in more recent films. So that was a breath of fresh air. All in all, it was a good film. The only reason I'm not totally just raving about it is 2/3 of it was kind of slow, that it's like, get it on, go, let's move along here. You've covered this particular area well enough. And honestly, Joaquin did a great job, but he's not Heath Ledger. And so to me, Heath Ledger broke the mold when it came to the Joker. And Joaquin doesn't, but he does a really good justice to the original comic Joker, and also the actor that played the Joker in the original Batman TV series. He kind of ties
Mark
into
Hamill.
that.
Caesar
Romero?
Not Caesar Romero.
Yeah.
I think that the Mark Hamill's Joker was still the best.
Oh, you mean the Batman cartoon?
The animated series, because
Animated series?
they always tried to balance the Joker out between being a complete psychopath and being kind of funny. And the Joker in the Batman animated series was this, and they kind of did that pretty well with Heath Ledger's Joker, where he has a sense of humor, he's funny, and he's very dark and murderous, but at the same time, he does have a genuine, kind of a humane side, human side, because there's that one moment when he thinks Batman's dead. And he just is like, I don't know. It's because some guy has claimed to kill Batman. And he's just like, there's nothing to do. Because there was nobody else, right? And they actually touched on that in The Dark Knight, where the Joker says, I don't want to kill you. What would I do without you? Right? He needs Batman. See, that's what the great relationship between Batman and the Joker is like.
Nope.
Because life is so boring. Because he even says, again, The Dark Knight really summarizes it, where he goes, I dreamed of a world without Batman, where the mob made a little bit of money and the cops shut them down. It was so boring, right? Like, Batman makes his life interesting, and so he won't kill him, and Batman won't kill anybody, including
nice
the
symbiotic
Joker.
relationship.
Yeah, and so I think that's what was so great about that. That's why the Joker and Batman are such the greatest hero villain dynamic in probably cinematic history, I would argue, because they hate each other, but they need each other almost.
Yeah. I'd go with that. I would totally agree with you there. But it's the film was okay. Someone, I think it was Ralstonian, asked how anti-capitalism was it. That really never even came up in the film. Like I said, the typical trope and narrative that we've come to know and detest and hate in most movies today, a lot of it was absent. In fact, the only thing to me that kind of showed up, and it was more, it wasn't shoving anything down your throat. It was just an observation, like, here, watch this happen, was the mental illness aspect of the film, but it's kind of necessary. You need to understand that. And the bullying. It's like, okay, yeah, these were kind of integral parts to what made the movie happen. But it's not like this, this narrative of, bullying bad and mental illness. Oh, I feel sorry for the mentally ill guy. It's not like that at all. And so it was decent. And like I said, I'm biased because to me Heath Ledger broke the mold. But Joaquin did a really good job, and I've had guys say, oh, it ties into the Christian Bale Batman, the trilogy, the Dark Knight, all that stuff. And I would disagree with that, just because I don't know about you guys, but Heath Ledger's character in Dark Knight was closer in age to Batman to Christian Bale's character, where in this one, he's quite a bit older than Bruce Wayne is. Kind of like in the original Batman TV series, that you could tell by the way he acted and whatnot that the Joker was older than Batman. And I would say by a good 20, 25 years age difference, because Bruce Wayne's only like 10. And I want to say that the Joker in this film's probably in his mid 30s or late 30s even. So you do have quite an age gap between the two with this particular series. So, but it's not bad. It was okay. It's worth seeing once.
So I'm curious, Rob, now that you've seen it, what do you think has caused so many critics to go after the film?
Well, I honestly think it's hand-wringing and pearl clutching. It's because in a way the film kind of glamorizes what his end results are because of his condition and because of circumstances that happen to him. Again, I'm not trying to spoil it for anyone, so I have to be very vague. But he has certain things going on, certain things happen to him, which end up resulting in him doing some pretty fucked up shit. And it kind of, in a way, glamorizes that because, other people in the show take off and kind of run with it.
Right.
When he does certain things. And so I could see them being like, oh, this is, we're promoting, that this type of thing, because I mean, on a certain level, you do identify with him. You do kind of look at it and go, okay, he's not just some psychotic son of a bitch. He's not just evil because he's evil.
And the reason I asked that question is because I did a podcast on it recently where I haven't seen the movie. But from what I've read of the movie from different reviews, this sounds like a classic movie that would have come out in the 70s that the same critics who hate it now would have loved. Where
back then, yes,
it's almost saying the Joker. If from what I've read, the film is trying to say the Joker is a product of the society that he exists in, meaning it kind of like in the first, and someone was just asking what I think of the Jack Nicholson version of the Joker. The thing is, his Joker is lovable, but he's not, you don't sympathize with him in the sense that there's no reason why, there's no moral justification for why he becomes what he is. Whereas from what I've read of this Joker, you see this and say, okay, this is what happens when a society treats men like this way. And if you want to, it's almost, this is my theory. They interpreted this film as a warning. If you don't want men like this, don't treat them like this. That's how they interpreted the film.
Right.
And I think
they're going too far with that in my book, because
I would say
I don't see guys doing that.
But I think it triggered them because that's how they treat men.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's projection.
Right. They treat men this way that's in this film. That's why they freaked out, because it's saying if men become like this, you have a responsibility in part as a society in how you treat people. Whereas Jack Nicholson's Joker is the result of being dropped into a bunch of chemicals by Batman. So
right. Yeah, and it's I don't know. It's kind of mentioning Jack Nicholson's character. He was kind of innately, to a degree, evil, I guess. Like you say, you can't really sympathize with him. And also Jack Nicholson's character, and I'm sure it's, the way the script was written, plus it's Jack's flair, the way, him as an actor, he was funny.
Yeah, he was
where
funny.
This Joker is not funny, but man, he tries to be, but he's actually not funny. He wants to be a stand-up comedian and he just sucks at it. And
what's funny is
he's not a funny character.
And what's funny with Heath Ledger's, I was actually just watching some of The Dark Knight, is that Heath Ledger's character is fun. Joker is funny, but he's frankly, I haven't seen the Joker film, so I don't know what to say of that Joker. Heath Ledger's is more of what you would actually get in real life, where he's psychotic, but it's on this like realistic viewpoint. But I haven't seen the new Joker film, but I'd be curious to see. But I almost wonder if that's even more realistic, where it's just saying what they're really pinning down is what creates a man like the Joker. And it's not just, he's not born that way, right? People are not born the way they are. Their environment shapes them into what they become and pushes them over the edge. So the reason the critics freaked out from this film, the Joker film, is because they look at, they see themselves in all the people around the Joker, or Alex, or whatever his name is, Arthur Fletch or Flick or whatever. They see themselves in the people who treat him like shit, right? That's just what it is. And so they're thinking, oh, and then they also view this guy as being kind of, they're projecting him also onto guys that they don't like.
Yeah.
Right. So they're thinking, oh, we're responsible for men we don't like in society. Like they see it somehow. I think they walked into it thinking, seeing this guy as an incel. Right. And I just thought it was so weird that these same critics who loved all the loser hero films from the 70s, right? Like Dog Day Afternoon and all this other stuff where these guys are just complete losers. But they're the heroes. And it's also saying that society is responsible for them becoming what they are. It's society that's the villain, not the bad guy. And that's why Dirty Harry came out as a reactionary to that. This film is coming out saying that, and yet now they're freaking out. What does that tell us about the changes in society over the last 30, 40 years? Over who's in charge? But again, I gotta see the film.
Yeah. I gotta check it out this weekend too.
It's worth seeing.
Okay.
If you can, catch like a matinee or something, so you're not getting just full on ass raped for ticket prices and concessions, I would recommend that.
Can I see it with my girlfriend in my loving arms?
You mean your hands? Yeah.
Yeah.
You and your hands can go see the show.
Thank you.
So.
Yes.
More like that.
Oh, is that what that is?
Sometimes it's a bear hug. Sometimes
is that why you've got cancer?
That's
yeah.
It's a growth. How'd he die?
It's a growth.
He died of the penis cancer. Bravo, sir. Bravo.
All right. Well, spot on, TJ.
And Alex, correct. The shooting of the film, the way the cinematography is done, it's very vintage 70s, very Dirty Harry, very gritty, very noir in that sense. So it is good. Yeah, the atmosphere of it, it's definitely, like I said, it fucked with my head because I'm trying to tie it to the Christian Bale trilogy, and it's not, it's a whole independent thing.
May I ask, could you wait till it comes out on DVD and just fast forward through the boring parts and not miss anything?
We can just rip it and cut out all the boring parts. Well, very quickly, hang on, everyone. Rob, you're up.
Oh, it's that time. Hey guys, hit the like button, hit subscribe, hit share. Come on, guys. Hit the like button.
Yeah, there's
okay,
39,
there we go.
there's
1981.
There's 39 people watching. We had 44.
Look, and here's another thing: is someone has a little bit more experience with podcasting and whatnot. If you really want to help these guys out, it's like and subscribe, because these morons won't monetize the channel, allow super chats. So we want any of that money or anything like that. So if you're going to help these self-handicapping people, you got to like the video.
If you want to help out with a little bit of cash, go here. I don't know how many times I have to say it.
I think super chats are easier.
I know.
Patreon's a good place.
You go to Patreon. You're gonna help out. First of all, if you're in our chat, you're gonna get your question answered anyway. You go over to Patreon. You're like, oh, we like what you do. Here's a little bit extra cash, and you get podcasts and other stuff that you're not going to get elsewhere.
You got stuff behind the paywall?
We do, and we have a private,
cool.
And we have a private
awesome.
Facebook group that everything. Yeah, absolutely.
Are TJ's nude pictures on that?
His
Only
nude
the
picture.
patrons would know that.
Exactly.
Wow.
You have to become a patron, so there you go. That's funny.
All right, guys, I gotta get going. So thanks for having me. So,
All right.
Jeez. All right, we'll go. All right, have fun.
All right, take care, guys.
We'll see you soon.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Tell your boyfriend I said hi.
It's his hands.
Jesus.
That's right.
Oh my God.
But
All right,
it's a decent film.
okay.
You know, this is the problem also with as a writer, and Vince, you could probably weigh in on this as well.
Sure.
Whenever you're doing a origin story of a villain, you're always going to end up humanizing him. It's the same thing with the Darth Vader doing the whole Star Wars thing, where if they could have done it right, where but whenever you show the origin story of a villain, you end up making him sympathetic for the most part, because nobody just starts out as a bad guy,
right?
And
no
does
one
what
started
they
as
do
I'm
for
bad
the-
because I'm bad.
right.
This
It's
is true.
always I promise you, if you look at any bad guy throughout history,
He has his own almost anti-quest to go on.
right. But
Yeah.
it was kind of like I was listening to Quintus Curtius's review of The Revenant, which has the one guy played by Tom Hardy, who's this villain, but you look at him in the film and he talks a little bit about his life experience, and you're thinking, I understand how a man could get to the point where he becomes that dark, right? Because this is a guy who's been scalped and survived, right? That does stuff to you when you are out in the wild and you survive a scalping by wild savages, right? And you survive, you really lose a part of your moral compass, and you think, whatever it takes to survive, I'm going to do. Right? You may not agree with that as somebody who hasn't had that life experience, and obviously you have an objective morality, but at the same time, it's you understand why he becomes what he becomes, and I think that's where people struggle with understanding a villain, understanding of criminality.
No, that
it's
makes
like
sense.
It's like what Ra's al Ghul talks about in the first Batman film. You know, criminals thrive on society's understanding of criminals. I understand why somebody gets to the point where they become. That doesn't mean you condone it or allow it to go on, right? You're not unsympathetic, and the nuance is increasingly hard, a scarcity in our society, where I understand how a criminal gets to the point where they do horrible stuff, kind of like with the Joker, right? From what I understand, people have described it to me as, you understand how he becomes what he becomes, even if you don't agree with him.
Yes.
And so what you see is a moral culpability on the part of the society and culture around him, which people don't want to acknowledge. People have this very hard time acknowledging that culture, society, and the environment you live in shapes who you are and what you're going to become in a lot of ways. Now, you have a lot of control over that, and in some ways people are what they're going to be. But with those guys who are kind of teetering on the edge, it only takes, bad stuff to push them over, where like that. And people don't want to admit that. They don't want to feel like they're ever responsible. They are the Dr. Frankenstein who don't want to acknowledge the monsters that they've created. They don't want to look in the eye of their monster and have the monster look at them and say, "You are my creator," because then they have responsibility for what they've done. Especially people who are in charge, people whose values, beliefs, and code of conduct are the predominant in society, right? Which is not us. It's not us three, right? That's why we don't get offended if we watch this film. Like Rob wasn't offended when he watched this film. If your values are reflected in society, you're probably going to watch this film and get offended. That's all I have to say about the war in Vietnam.
Yeah, that's all I have to say about that. All right, homeschool time. The Facebook Masculine Geek group is private for patrons only. That's how you get in.
How do you get the girls too?
How to get the girls? No, we don't talk. If that's your question, then you're already lost.
How do you get the girls? Well, it costs this much money. Actually, no, it doesn't.
Exactly. Red, have a good night. Thanks for dropping by. As always, good to chat with you and good to see you in the chat.
Yep.
We're gonna have to do an episode where we bring in random chatters to talk with us on the
Bring
show.
them on so we can bust their balls.
We're gonna bust their balls too.
Fuck
yeah,
I'm up for that.
Absolutely. So, yeah, we'll have to think about doing that. I think that'd be fun. You get 10 minutes. You get 10 minutes, and we kick your ass. So you pay for the group and the girl. Isn't that always the case?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. All right, so cool. I think this weekend I'll go check that out. I'll give you what.
Yeah, you'll have to. Next episode.
Give you my thoughts on it.
You
Yeah.
can say either, yeah, I agree with you, Rob, or you can go with what some of the guys in the chat and say, dude, you're underrating it, Rob. Because like I said, I thought it was all right, but it didn't move me. I guess I wasn't just like, whoa, god damn. It was just like.
Okay, well, go. That's still good. You give it a good endorsement.
Oh, yeah.
Ralstonian, yes, the Saturday morning cartoon hours are for Patreons only. In fact, if you are a Patreon, you should have gotten the latest one. Sent it out a few days ago. Jeez.
There are no girls on the internet.
But yes, moving forward, Saturday morning cartoon hours are for Patreon patrons, and we'll also be doing. We keep saying this. We need to move on. TJ, we need to move on this. The Masculine Geek Theater segment, which will be about 30 minutes, a quick one. Be a quickie. So,
Here's a good question from Metal Drummer for you, TJ.
Oh, which one?
Metal Drummer asked a good question for you. There you go.
What are some movies? Oh, what? Well, wow, thanks. Yeah, if someone hasn't seen Cromwell, I would highly recommend that. I watched that movie. It was one of the most I don't want to say disturbing, but I couldn't go to sleep when I watched that film.
TJ, this is what should be one of your next posts on Masculine Geek.
What?
Recommend movies.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Movies I recommend. Braveheart. Braveheart is, as one person described it to me years ago when we first watched it, he goes, "This is a cinematic version of losing your virginity."
Nice.
No, seriously, Braveheart is one of the greatest films. It has one of the greatest endings to any film I've ever seen.
Yeah, I would agree.
Braveheart is probably one of the most. Everything you think of about masculinity is in this film. Like there's so much. Everything is there. So I would highly recommend that. No, I have not seen the Prisoner series. I think I got asked that question on Jack's channel just the other day. That's why I was having a deja vu moment just now. Other movies. I almost want to grab some of my movies over there. All Quiet on the Western Front, that came out in 1930, is a good film as well. It's very raw. It's there's no music in that film, so it's very much it's a blunt film for 1930. I highly recommend that one. Good grief, Guns of Navarone is a good film as well. Shawshank Redemption.
Kelly's Heroes.
Yeah. We ain't got no
We
booze.
ain't got no booze.
Get some
We got no
booze.
booze.
And when I get back, I want this to be a nightclub.
This just looking like a nightclub.
Yeah, there's a lot of great movies that, gosh, I want to grab some of them. Here, give me a second. I'm going to grab some of these films.
All right.
I just can't keep track of them all.
I can hear him in the background. We ain't got no booze. This has been a rather fun episode so far. Not that all of them are fun. I mean, come on.
Well, yeah,
Shit.
it is.
But this one's a little more poignant.
Ooh, The Outsiders. That's a good film.
Yeah, it is.
Pretty good, Nick. How you doing?
Hey, Nick. Life is grand.
Yeah.
Nifty, even nifty.
Neat.
We need to bring these words back.
No shit, Metal Drummer. Yeah, he's got to go get his VHS tapes.
Yeah, that's probably...
That's right, Pony Boy. Stay gold.
Stay gold, Pony Boy.
It's been a long time since I've seen Rumblefish. A lot of years. One thing I just thought of, guys, part of why I guess I've been kind of Debbie Downer on Joker is also I'm kind of tired of remakes, reboots. It's and that's I kind of went in with that expectation that it's going to be a poorly done reboot. And in fairness, they did a really good job with it, but I'm kind of over reboots, remakes. It's like, come up with something a little more original, guys. You know, as far as being a director type of thing, don't try to reinvent the wheel here.
I'm not grabbing the VHS player. So, as far as movies are concerned, so this is one. If you haven't seen, so I just talked about Guns of Navarone. This is the quasi sequel, Force 10 from Navarone.
Oh, okay, I remember that one. It's been
Yeah, this is a good film. Good film. This is a little bit of a. I would recommend you watch it. This one right here.
Night Crossing. What's that?
It's about two East German families that are trying to escape West Germany in the late 70s. It's weird because you have a British actor who's starring in it and a bunch of American actors, and they're pretending to be German. And then you have German. It's a weird dynamic, but if you look past that and just look at the politics that are going on and some of the themes, it's a very, I'll put it this way. If you looking at it from a red pill lens and looking at it from a masculine lens, it's a very pro-masculine father film where the father figure in this film is basically seen as the hero. He is the man, right? His family's like, we need you. We're not going to be able to ever, like, without you, we'd have nothing. That's kind of what the film is saying. So I thought it was really inspiring as a man, and there was a lot of great themes. Like there's this one scene where the father husband figure is defending another man who's made a decision to basically try and break for freedom. He's trying to get over to the other side, and he goes, "Isn't that what we've been telling him for years? Is to be free?" And then he goes over, and we're holding that against him now because there's consequences for it. So a great film. It's one that Disney, if they could do a remake, they could do a remake, but they won't because they're a bunch of Satan worshiping pedophiles and communists. So side topic. Speaking of Bob Iger, Finding Forrester, punch the keys for God's sake.
You're the man now, dog.
Yeah, dog.
Women will sleep with you if you write a bad book.
Haven't you? Of course.
Of course it did.
Did you ever get married? Oh, exactly.
Unexpected gift, unexpected time. Wow, this is so unexpected.
Yeah.
that is a very good movie.
Oh my gosh, that's a great film. It's a great film. I love that. Oh my gosh, I love that film. There's so many good lines. It was Sean Connery's last great film. So this is with Daniel Craig.
Hmm.
And speaking of Aaron Clary and his tribe, it's about his tribe. I just like the film. It's got a lot of good themes about just, I don't know. You watch it and you'll like it. This is the Dawn Patrol. Mr. Aaron Clary watched it when he was at my house.
Errol Flynn, yep.
It's a great film. The dialogue really holds up. It's from the late 30s, and David Nevin and Errol Flynn are just
David Niven, yeah.
Okay, funny fact. David Nevin, for years, he thought his family had some like special relationship with God, because when his family said the Lord's Prayer, he thought it said, "Our Lord in heaven, who art a Nevin." Oh, sorry. Our Father, who art a Nevin.
Nice.
So
That's funny.
This is when he was growing up. Okay, this is another film I recommend you see, Dr. Zhivago.
Oh yeah.
Trust me, once you watch this film, game changer. It's a great film. I read the book. I read the poetry at the end. It's a great book. You know what's crazy? I was reading Solzhenitsyn's The Gulag Archipelago
Good book.
last night. Oh my God.
That's an eye opener. That shit'll break you down, man.
Well, not only is it an eye opener, I'm reading stuff and thinking, this is exactly like, I'm talking about the words, the phrases, the propaganda. It's the exact same that's going on now.
Mm-hmm.
Exact same. I was going through it. And I'm like, oh my God, this is really creepy. It's like they took that book, like 1984. They read it and they're like, this is a great instruction manual for how to have a totalitarian government. Right?
Pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. So we're gonna have to do that segment where we'll just go through the Venona Project, Joe McCarthy.
Yeah. We'll do Whitaker Chambers, Alger Hiss,
Witness.
Elizabeth Bentley. Yep, all of them.
Innocence rarely shrieks. Guilt does.
This is true.
Yes.
This is true.
So,
and John Service, that fucking dick.
God, you know what really bothers me about all that stuff is how the truth. It's kind of like with Walter Duranty. This is a reporter for the New York Times who covered up the Holodomor, the starvation of 10 million Ukrainians during the harvest.
He played it off like it basically was not happening.
Right. He also covered up Stalin's show trials. He got a Pulitzer Prize for his reporting. To this day, the Pulitzer Board will not.
No, they won't pull it. They won't pull it.
No. And
pull
so I was thinking, how much of history is a lie? You just got to wonder how much of history is actually a lie.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah, we'll actually schedule it, I think, for December. That'll be good.
Yes, I will have all the documents. I'm also going to have, I have McCarthy's book, so I'll go through some of that stuff.
Okay. I've printed out the Venona papers. It's like a this is a huge fucking stack.
It's crazy about how many people were. Sorry, I'm gonna get worked up, and it's just
no. It how many people were involved in the State Department was unbelievable. Unbelievable.
You know, here's the thing: if the right side wins, McCarthy's going to be a patron saint for American history.
McCarthy was right.
McCarthy
was absolutely fucking correct.
I was reading one of his speeches, and he called that he was calling it out early on.
Oh yeah,
like, and you know what the reason why is because he was this working class Irish guy from Wisconsin, where he got elected and he called out the crap, and he wasn't trying to be with the good old boys club in the Senate.
And they put that poor guy in an early grave.
That they absolutely put that guy in an early grave.
Yep.
You know, people were pointing out that if he had alternative media like we have today, he might have had a chance.
Oh, absolutely.
But
just the resources that we have now would have made him. It would have given him superpowers. Absolutely.
Murray Rothbard's analysis of him and just said, this guy is hated for one reason. He was a man with no power other than his ability to persuade public opinion.
Mhm.
And that freaked everyone out because you can't have that.
Yeah.
You can't have it where one guy with a message is able to become the most beloved or admired man in America because he circumvented all channels of power at that moment. The deep state, which had already been developed, unfortunately, the deep state and all the power, and the president and the CIA then, and the FBI and the NSA, and they're like, we got to take this guy down and make him an example.
Exactly. But let's save that for our special show. Let's not rant too much. Although everything we're saying is true, which you'll find out in December. Late December. We don't want to interrupt our holiday show.
Somebody's asking who's your favorite anti-hero sort of MGTOW character in cinema. I go with, I haven't seen it, but I wonder if Rambo is actually a MGTOW.
Rambo?
Yeah, Rambo. He kind of has the girl in the second film. She gets killed by commies, and then he kills all the communists.
Maybe kind of, sort of, a little bit.
I think it gets into the question of what's a MGTOW.
You're going down a rabbit hole with that one.
Yeah, that's not a question.
As an anti-hero type of character, though, I actually kind of liked Mel Gibson in Payback.
Okay.
If you guys have seen that one or not.
Is that the one where his son gets kidnapped?
No. He's a guy that wants his, I think it's $10,000. He was owed some money, and so he goes after ultimately a crime boss and half of the mob type of thing to get his money back. And he's definitely not a hero, but he's not a full-on villain. He is an anti-hero in that show. And he did a pretty good job. So as far as that term of anti-hero, that's the first one that comes to my mind.
Okay. Yeah, Skeleton's correct. All the Clint Eastwood Man with No Name, he's definitely an anti-hero. I'm trying to think of anyone else.
I don't know. I mean, it kind of like here's just throwing it out there. From The Hunt for Red October.
It's been a while. But...
Captain Remius. I mean, would he be considered a MGTOW? His wife's dead, right? He's old, but
and a bit of an anti-hero.
I'm just saying, like,
I know you're not. No, I see where you're going.
Right, they're all thinking of some 24-year-old living in their mom's basement playing World of Warcraft. Like, I don't know. My thought is there's a lot of men in. Or how about watching like Guns of Navarone or Force 10 from Navarone, right? Where you have men who they're kind of focused on their mission, or they are focused on their mission. They're not focused on the ladies, right? So
yeah. Nick, I'm gonna just briefly answer that.
Chest got it. Falling Down, Michael Douglas's character. Fuck yeah, that he was anti-hero. I mean, he was the hero we need, not the hero we deserve. Yeah, definitely. He was anti-hero. No shit. Oh man, I can't believe I forgot about Falling Down. That was good.
That was a good one. Nick, Deep State essentially, and this is my opinion, communism didn't go away with the ending of the Cold War. It's still alive and well here in the States. So we'll leave it at that. And we'll talk more about that when TJ and I talk about that era, just late December, early January. So there you have it. But yes, Falling Down is a.
You forgot the briefcase. You forgot the briefcase.
Yes, indeed. Shit, I saw that in the movies.
So did I. And the part that disappointed me, where it kind of took a downhill turn, was like kind of towards the end after he killed the white supremacist guy, and then he calls his ex-wife and kind of goes off on her. And you see the crazy come out, And it's like, okay, now he's not just this disgruntled guy that's tired of being pushed around and he's taking a stand. Now he's kind of become the bad guy, you know? And even when he kind of went up against Robert Duvall at the very end, where he's like, I'm the bad guy.
Oh, on the rooftop. Yeah, I remember that.
Or out by the pier. It was on the pier.
Or the pier, the pier.
Yeah, right before Robert Duvall shot him.
Yep.
You know,
like, wait a minute, I'm the bad guy?
Shit. Yeah, and that part to me kind of was like, oh man, now you've turned him into an actual villain. Where all of it before that, it's just a guy that's fucking tired of being pushed around. You know, he's just kind of gone off the deep end because he's tired of the bullshit. You know, kind of like when he goes into the convenience store and beats the holy shit out of the store. And how much is this pop? 50 cents. Sold. Oh, lose you there for a second, Vince?
Yeah, it happens once every broadcast. I almost come to it's like it's like I know and love
the bed.
Yeah, I know and love it now. I expect. I'm like, where's the dropout? Ah, there it is.
Yep.
It's consistent.
Yeah. If anything, it is that.
Yeah, once every fucking broadcast, it just drops out.
Skelton, are you talking about the Stephen King movie about the possessed car? That Christine, is that what you're talking about?
Oh, that was a good movie.
The book was better.
I did not read the book.
Yeah, you should.
Right.
He mentioned 1984 as well, the movie, and the movie's decent, but the book's way better.
Gotcha.
That's right, RR. You think I'm a thief? You're the thief. Yes. No shit. Yeah, 1984 was a decent flick. Like I said, I'm a little more biased. These guys are figuring it out as far as I'm pretty hard, I'm pretty heavy-handed on my movies. It's got to be something pretty hardcore, pretty major for me to get to get the wow factor. But and part of it is because if there was a book that the movie's based off of, I'm probably going to read the book, and then I'm going to set myself up for disappointment when the movie doesn't turn out to be nearly as good as the book. There's only been a couple that the movie did justice to the book, but most of them, I'm hugely disappointed. It's like I think Skelton brought up where they're doing a reboot or whatever of Dune, and the book is way fucking better than the original movie. The original movie wasn't bad, but it's and I know they're never going to be as good as the book. I know that, but it's just. I don't know. Like I said, maybe I'm more of a literature guy than I am a movie guy. So.
I definitely am.
Yes, the glossary. Yes.
Excuse me. What the hell is TJ doing back there?
I think I heard Reese come in and start growling.
What is he doing? Baking a quiche?
Yeah, he could be. That or Reese just tore out his throat.
He's doing a tap dance or some shit.
Thinks he's Fred Astaire.
There you go.
DJ, what the fuck are you doing?
He can't hear us because he leaves his earbuds still plugged in.
That's right. He's not running straight speakers.
Yeah. Dune is great on drugs.
So's The Wall from Pink Floyd. Oh, wait. I don't know anything about that. Moby Dick is better than the book. I haven't seen that one.
That wasn't called Moby Dick, though, was it? It was called something else. And I almost agree with you. That was a good movie. It came out, 3 or 4 years ago? Maybe 4?
No, I have not seen the Prisoner series, Alec.
Neither have I, no. What is that? Is that on
exactly.
Is that a Netflix thing? Because I dumped Netflix a long time ago.
Oh yeah, Heavy Metal's another good one to watch.
While I love heavy metal.
Yeah, well, sober or not, that's a good film either way.
Yeah. I love the B-17, the World War II skeletons scene. It's one of my favorites. It's an old series. Okay, the Prisoner.
You alive there, TJ? Chris, sounds like you were wrestling with a bear or something.
No, don't ask.
Well, we did ask.
something
So
fell on the
give,
We
floor.
did, so give us an answer.
Something fell on the floor.
Oh, the Gregory Peck one from the 40s or 50s. No, I didn't even know. Okay.
Whoa, whoa,
All right.
whoa,
I got to check that out. The Prisoner series with Gregory Peck.
What?
I'll have to check that out. That sounds really cool. Remember, Alec earlier on asked you, and then he asked Rob and I if we had seen the Prisoner series. And I haven't, so I'll have to check that out. Atham, look that up.
No, I had a freaking gallon of water drop from the fridge and plastic shattered.
How does plastic shatter?
That's how we cover up a murder, people. It was a plastic jug that shattered.
Right in the jugs.
Don't ask.
It's
do you-
better you don't know.
Yeah. What are you snacking on over there?
French bread.
French. Oh, okay. Wow, making me hungry. Shit. Let's go shopping. I got
He's
some French
just
bread.
eating
See,
the evidence.
he's like shoveling it into his mouth. There's crumbs everywhere. Nice.
Oh, shit.
Well, if it was Clary, it'd be like cracker because unleavened bread. Because his people,
His matzah cracker.
His people.
His people. See.
his
We're
quarter
only a
people.
quarter of his people.
Oh, okay. And about unidentified British intelligence who was abducted and imprisoned in a mysterious coastal village. Oh, that sounds kind of cool, actually. I'll check that out, and we can talk about it on the show.
See?
Rah. Alec, you can be one of the people that comes on as a guest on one of our shows, and we can discuss that.
Yeah.
Episodes covered various plots from spy fiction with elements of science fiction, allegory, and psychological drama. I like it already.
He's given us one hell of a synopsis here.
Yeah. Thank you, Alec. This is like Animal Kingdom only with people.
Watch is the one called TJ is slowly eating his prey. Dr. Sleep, another Stephen King story.
Isn't that a follow-up to shit?
Yes, I know what you're thinking.
You know what I'm going to say, yeah.
The Shining.
The Shining, thank you.
Yes,
Thank you. I could not think of
it.
it.
It is.
Okay.
If I remember right, Dr. Sleep, one of the main characters, is Danny, the little kid from The Shining.
Oh,
But
he's
an adult
all
now.
grown up now.
He's all grown up now.
Yeah, it's all grown up, see?
Yeah.
Aw. All right, cool. I'll have to definitely check that out. Yes,
That's
indeed,
right,
that's
Alec. Wikipedia, copy and paste.
right. You're quick. We'll give you that. Thank you.
And here we thought, wow, this guy's quite scholarly and knows his shit. No, he just knows Wikipedia.
He's a Wikipedia surfer.
That's right. Nothing wrong with that. I do it all the time. Yep, middle-aged alcoholic. Yeah, I've read this. I've read the book. It's a good book.
Nice.
So, and that's one of the few that it's hit and miss, but kind of comparing books to movies, some of the movies, not all, but some of the movies that were made from Stephen King stories were pretty decent. Some of them, like even Christine was decent. Salem's Lot was decent. I really didn't care for Pet Sematary, but I never really cared for the story itself either. The original
that was a good
TV
book.
show. Yeah. The book was phenomenal.
Yeah, that was a good book.
I don't think even with the remake that they did here, a couple of years ago, and now they're getting ready to do a second half or whatever.
I like that HBO or that 2-part series they did with John Boy was in it, John Ritter, and a few other people. That was pretty good. It was a 2-part. It was each one was 2 or 3 hours.
Oh, you're thinking of it from like back in like the late 80s, early 90s, I think.
Yeah. That was good. I enjoyed that. I mean, it followed the book fairly well.
I don't know about that.
I liked it.
I get it, but there's some of them like when they did Creep Show. which was based off of a bunch of his short stories. That one was decent.
Yes, that's True Skeleton. Tim Curry's Pennywise. He was phenomenal. He was definitely it. Come on, Rob. Jesus Christ. Just shut up. Shut up, Rob. Shut up.
Well, there's two books that King wrote that I guess I'm always going to be the naysayer, and It is one of them, and the other one's The Stand. That they did the televised, they did a TV series on The Stand and just murdered that book. That it's like, really, guys, you're fucking killing me. Just like when they did The Dark Tower here, the Gunslinger, a little while ago. How
was that? Did you like that?
The movie, dude, no. I hated the movie.
They shit the
I
bed?
absolutely hated the movie. It's like, wow, you guys fucked that 6 ways from Sunday.
That's not cool.
No. And that's that one was an abomination in my book, because you cannot do justice of a 7-volume compendium. It is King's magnum opus, the whole Dark Tower series. That's 7 fucking novels. I mean, it is a magnum opus, and they tried to kind of, sort of, but not really condense it down into like a 2-hour movie. It's like, you can't do that. And so they absolutely murdered it. Yep. Dark Tower was an abortion and an abomination. And that's where it's like, oh, guys, no. But there's others that they did decent on. Trying to think of a couple other ones. Green Mile wasn't bad.
Oh, that was good.
That was, as far as comparing book to movies, it was decent. Same with didn't he do Shawshank Redemption? No, that wasn't King.
No.
Trying to think. There was another one that been a few that they were decent. But Dark Half was okay. But
what else?
The Mist was a good adaptation. That was decent. Yes, I'll agree with that one. That one was decent. But The Mist itself was actually more of like a novella or a short story. Stand By Me.
Oh, Stand By. It was called it was a short story called The Body.
Called The Body.
Yeah.
That was a good movie.
That was a good movie. Yeah,
they did a good job on that one.
That's another good movie recommendation is Stand By Me.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would agree that, a good movie recommendation for those, if you haven't seen it, Stand By Me. That's a good film.
That's really good.
Yep.
Tragic, but very good. Yeah.
7 books.
One more, man.
Yeah, Alec, you're gonna have some time. You're gonna have to devote some time if you really want to read the Dark Tower series. There are 7 books, and the funny thing is, the first book is the shortest, and they just get longer and longer, bigger and bigger. You learn more about Midworld, about Roland, about other characters that weren't even in the movie. And they were major characters. It's like they just totally these people didn't exist. We don't need them. So, yeah. Lawnmower Man. That one's actually not bad. That was a good one.
Maximum Overdrive. Is that the story about the truck that just follows
and that's what
behind?
It was called, as Trucks.
Oh, okay.
That was based off a short story called Trucks.
That movie adaptation was pretty good.
Yeah, that one
was no dialogue. I mean, it's so good.
Yeah, Maximum Overdrive was decent.
Okay.
I'm trying to think what else. He did the Tommy Knockers.
Oh, with the plane and the yeah.
Yep. That one was okay.
No, that wasn't the plane. No, that was the
that was the Langoliers.
Langoliers, that's
with
it.
The plane, which that one wasn't bad. They did a decent representation of that. Misery was actually a good film.
That's called Gerald's Game.
Yes.
And it's been a while since I've read that, but there is obviously I gravitate towards the BDSM stuff, but yes.
Yep.
Silver Bullet was good. That was they did a graphic novel of that was pretty good.
Yes, that's actually how that one was written. Was in graphic novel form.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, you cannot pick that one up in like standard literature form. It is entirely graphic novel.
Very
Misery
cool.
was a decent one.
What else? There's just so many. He's got
The Shining was okay with Kubrick or whoever the hell it was that did it. It was decent compared to the actual book.
All right. Bag of Bones wasn't too bad.
No, it wasn't bad.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, the Silver Bullet was Cycle of the Werewolf.
Cycle of the Werewolf, yeah.
Yep.
The movie Duel. Why does that sound familiar?
Yeah, that does sound familiar.
Shit. Duel. Is that the movie with the trucker? Following the dude in the car? I don't remember. Fuck. Where's Wikipedia when you need it?
Atham, look that up.
Atham, look that up. He was in the chat earlier. I don't know if he's still in the watching. There's 30 people watching.
Just don't start naming Dean Koontz on accident.
Dean Koontz. Dean Kuntz. Dean Kuntz. Oh, okay. Sounds sort of familiar. Although I'm not sure. Did I see that? Maybe. I've seen so much shit as a kid. It's like TJ when he was talking about Kelly's Heroes. Like you see these things as a kid, and maybe your parents are watching, and you come in halfway through the damn thing, and then you can't. You're trying to put a title or a general plot to these scenes that you have in your head of these movies that you caught by accident. So I'm sure there's a lot. Long chases through the desert.
That was the duel? Was long chases through the desert?
I think so, yeah.
Because that's actually kind of part of Dark Tower too.
I'm sensing a
angry trucker
trend.
movie.
Oh, the Angry Trucker movie. Okay, that's the one where he's for whatever you never see the guy's face. He's chasing this dude in the car, and the guy in the car is trying to keep away from the trucker. Does anyone remember Rush's 2112? I do
the
not.
Album?
No. Oh, cool. John Landis wrote An American Werewolf in London when he was working in the set of Kelly's Heroes at 19 years old. Cool. It's a long song, but I'd love to see it as a movie. Oh, okay.
Yeah, and by long, we're talking longer than Metallica standards back during Master of Puppets or Justice.
Hmm. Duel was 1971. Shit, I was 1 year old. Fuck me.
God, I wasn't even a glimmer in my daddy's eye yet at that point.
God, I'm older than
Breakdown.
both of you fuckers.
There you go.
Jesus.
Breakdown. That one was
Oh,
decent.
I've heard of that. I've heard of that, but I haven't seen it.
Yeah, that one's
That's
decent.
empty.
Yeah, you better go grab another one.
No, it's almost 11, and I have an early day tomorrow, so we're gonna have to pick
He
up
says I already got one.
I only got
Are
one.
you sure he's got one? Yes, it's very nice. I told him I already got one.
TJ's had more than one, apparently.
Well, it looks like he's switched to something else.
James, good having you in the chat.
What's up, James?
Have a good night, James.
Talk to you and see you soon.
Catch
Have
you
a
on
good
the
night.
Right, you guys are gonna tear up fucking the East Coast here pretty quick.
We are, and then Tim's coming out in November,
Oh, nice.
and we're all gonna go
Remember.
the 5th of November. That's
Yes,
right.
Alec. Vince is the old man of the group.
I will be 50 in February, but
Ooh.
I have good genes, and I'm Benjamin Button. So there you go.
He gets younger as he gets
I'm
older.
Merlin. I get younger as I get older.
Can't tell Barbara I said hi. Yes. You said you're known for fairly long epic albums. Do you ever find yourself being influenced by your precious work when playing
Your
that
previous
album?
work.
Previous. Same thing.
Precious.
My
Put the
precious.
lotion in the basket. Precious, are you okay?
You sound like what do you call it? W.C. Fields.
Well, I was thinking more from Silence of the Lambs.
Oh, okay.
Places the lotion in the basket or it gets the hose again. Put the fucking lotion in the basket.
Jesus Christ. All right, everyone. It is 11 o'clock. It is officially the 2-hour mark, and we have enjoyed this random episode immensely. I think I can speak for both TJ and Rob when we say thank you very much. Thank you for joining us, and it's been wonderful having you here, as always. So, what Buffalo Bill? Do the
that's
tuck
the
dance,
guy.
Rob.
The tuck dance, yeah.
Do the
Fuck me. I'd
do the-
fuck me.
the
Whoa,
PP
whoa,
dance.
what? Good night, folks.
Time for the old men to go to bed. Absolutely. It's long past my bedtime, you youngins. You damn kids, get off my lawn. Get off my internet lawn, you fucks.
See, the problem, Vince, is you don't come off convincingly as an old man.
I refuse to. I refuse to.
You don't let the
be one
old
of those
man
people.
in.
I do not let the old man. Fuck that guy. Fuck him. I
Right.
refuse.
Screw that guy.
Screw that guy. Nah. So, okay. We'll do this we'll be brief. Rob, where can everyone find you?
RobSays.net.
There you go. TJ.
TJMartinell.com.
Vince.
I'm writing mainly on masculinegeek.com. Get your asses over there. Sign up for the newsletter. We have novel information and fun, happy shit that we just send out every Monday. It's fantastic. Although I have to say, Rob has not been novel these past few times. He's been double fucking dipping. I caught you, Rob. I saw it. Wait a minute. I'm reading your posts on your website. I'm like, wait a minute.
Where'd I see that?
Son of a bitch. It's okay. It's still good stuff. Rob is a fantastic writer, as is TJ. I'm not too bad, too. So check me out as well on Masculine Geek and the newsletter. And yeah, that's it. So until next Wednesday, everyone enjoy your weekends. Keep the fires burning. Keep moving forward. And don't let the bastards wear you down.
Don't tell me what to do, Vince.
I will tell you what to do, Nick, and you will fucking like it because we are Masculine Geek. Rock on.
Yep, pretty much.